Hello and welcome to Top Sim. My name is William Lebowski, and today I'm asking you to really ignore the messy bed in the background. I promise I'm doing laundry. That's not how it normally looks, but I was really craving some Skip Barber racing, and I wasn't wanting to delve into the iRacing cost of buying a new car and then having to buy tracks to race those cars on, and it just didn't seem like a money pit. I was really seeming like going down just to have a race experience, so I went to the tried and true Assetto Corsa Skip Barber. That's been out for years. Everybody loves it, and I think everybody can unanimously agree that it is a very good recreation. It's a very good mod. Not all mods have this amazing showcase of quality. I talk about that a little bit in this video, and this interesting dynamic between what we have, this iRacing official content versus this Assetto Corsa, what we can call an unofficial version of this car. And it just is going back and forth between bouncing between how useful and amazing mods are and how much life they bring into a sim title versus the value of the tried and true standard content that comes with the game. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoy some Laguna Seca Skip Barber. A little bit of a bump before the corkscrew, but at least it's not in the corkscrew. Although it looks like we are about to send ourselves too wide through the corkscrew. Let's see what's going to happen here on the exit. Oh, looks like only good things. We're going to trade going too wide in the corkscrew with that Red Bull for, oh, a little bit of a bump. But again, wasn't in the corkscrew, so we'll take it. And we will put the pass on them anyway. I really am enjoying being in the Skip Barber car, because for a while, when I was first getting behind the wheel, I was like, oh yeah, you know what, it would be nice to have a Skip Barber experience outside of iRacing. It's not, we don't need to have these cars that are, I don't know, exclusive licenses is the wrong word, but I don't know, I just feel like I'm always wanting to try to find a version of a car that's really fun in one sim and find an equally fun experience in the same car, because not all cars are created equal in sim racing. A Ferrari 488 in one sim isn't always a Ferrari 488 in another sim. Modern-wise speaking, this is more or less true because of licenses, laser scanned data, and everything that these car companies help put into these simulated versions, just because they would like an accurate representation of what their cars are. But I think you guys get the general point of what I'm saying. Some cars in some sims are just better experiences than other of the same car in a different sim. And so for a while, getting in this Skip Barber car, I was spending some time thinking like, oh, I must be driving it wrong, and I'm looking for tips on how people drive in iRacing and tips on how people drive in Assetto Corsa, thinking it's different. But then I just realized I'm driving this car completely wrong, and not only am I driving this car completely wrong, I am driving wrong in general, really forgetting a lot of, ooh, slide job. Oh, did not mean to do that, buddy, but I mean, that was my fault. I just was not prepared for him to get in front of me. But anyway, just got to move on from that. I just wasn't using the fundamentals of racing, of driving a car, a race car, well. So I went back and was kind of just brushed up on those, and realizing, ooh, brought me really close to the wall there, realizing what I was doing wrong and fixing those things, and all of a sudden the Skip Barber becomes an amazing Assetto Corsa experience. Ooh, ooh. And this is just a side note thing, since we're just talking about personal experiences, specifically in Assetto Corsa. Thought I was going to lose it right there. I have been having a bit of I have an up and down experience with Assetto Corsa in general. I mean, up for all of the very many positive reasons to have a positive experience in Assetto Corsa. It's an incredibly detailed simulator, even though people complain about how the tire simulation only simulates one contact patch in comparison to others. Where R Factor 2, of course, incredibly detailed, and ACC, of course, at least having 3. Ooh. But anyway, I am still finding fantastic experiences, but I just go up and down. And one of the things I go up and down with is smoke, lock up ahead, lock up on me. One of the things that I struggle with is the level of customization that's available to you through Assetto Corsa, whether it be in mods or content manager settings. And I know that is what most people consider the greatest thing about Assetto Corsa. But for me, I would rather have Assetto Corsa Competizione, where we have very set, specific, amazing pieces of content instead of any piece of content at any range of quality level. And I don't make it seem like I'm anti-modder or anything. I'm just that kind of consumer where I would prefer to focus on official content, just because I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting a little sick of trying out mods, and I just, at this point, really only kind of get tried and true mods at this point. There was a really long period of time where I liked to spend, just be like, oh, let's try out this new mod, let's try out this new car, see what it's about. But now I just kind of generally only get ones that are tried and true, and ones that I know will be really multi-use and replayed just beyond the first 2 weeks that they're released. For example, the RSS Formula Hybrid's always so much replayability. I mean, those cars are better than a better driving experience than the official F1 game. So can't pass those up. But anyway, I just sometimes get a little overwhelmed and unhappy with all of the range of variability. It just, when it comes to mods and custom settings and everything like that, that I don't want to spend time getting that dialed in and tweaked in. I just want to spend the time in the car racing on track. And that downshift was a little early. And sometimes that's why I will just jump into ACC when I'm not even feeling a GT3 racing experience. Move on the inside there. Did not think I was going to be able to hold that as tight on the inside as I did. All right, looks like, are we headed into the final lap, or now do we have 2 to go? Let's see. Okay, we got 2 to go. Getting on the outside here. I did not mean to spend all that time talking about Assetto Corsa, but I guess it fits. Oh, we got a lot of speed here. You can hear the tires squealing. Barely keeping it on track. Oh, okay. I thought we were going off there. All right. When these cars warm up and the tires heat up and the brakes heat up, and they're not, I mean, they are still a little squirrely. You do, like we were saying earlier, have to be very much on your technique. These are not forgiving cars. They're fundamental cars. And so if you can just keep on your fundamentals, especially as these tires heat up, you can really do so much with these cars. But they are so nervous and squirrely when they're cold. They just really, really transform over a few laps. All right, it looks like we're getting to the point where now the leaders are starting to thin out a little bit. Whoa! Almost lost it through the corkscrew. All right, so it looks like we might even be sitting in something like 5th position. It's hard to tell. Leaders on final lap, so the leader is already across the finish line, so we might even be further out than 5th. Getting a little dark on this side. And that's a problem I have right now, is when it gets a little cloudy, like the lights are just completely gone. And that's a post-processing filter setting that I just don't know anything about changing those settings manually. So I always have to go and just kind of apply whole ones and go from there. And then if that doesn't work, I kind of have to, instead of tweaking it, I don't really know how to tweak it. So I just kind of end up messing it up even more. So I just kind of always have to find a new one. And I'm loving how this one looks in the sun. Like right now, it's amazing. But as you just saw as we went through that start-finish straight, that looked pretty dark and crappy. Like, look at it right now in the sun. It's amazing. I mean, this looks so much better than Assetto Corsa in the sun. This is amazing. Looking like ACC in the sun and looking like GTA San Andreas in the shade. But anyway, we are kind of cruising right now, and I kind of feel like we could catch this car in front of us. I feel like we can. The braking zones are so long in these cars. Oh, that was too much speed. Luckily, the tires were hot enough. All right. Are we going to get a run? Oh, no, we're not. We blew the apex. Yeah, that was our fault. Like we were saying, if we were on our fundamentals right there and we hit that apex, we would have probably been able to get a good run. But as it is, 10th place. At least we got ourselves into the top 10. Would have been cool to see a single-digit position. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.